SEC against the ACC. Let's do it. And South Carolina controls the opening tip. Raven Johnson will set things up for the Gamecocks.
And Duke will start in a man-to-man defense. And this is an issue for South Carolina. They've gotten off to slow starts offensively, so we'll see how quick they can put points on the board.
Duke has been known for their defense under Carol Lawson, but this season they have added the offensive piece. Fourth in the ACC in points per game, scoring over 83 points a game.
Keeping my eye on number 3 and number 24 in blue, Ashlyn Jackson and Reagan Richardson.
And the bucket goes up and in from Delaney Thomas. You see the South Carolina starting 5. They got 2 point guards on the floor, Tahina Paopao or Raven Johnson, who's controlling the ball right now.
There was a lot of coverage in the shoot-around of moving the ball and getting driving opportunities.
Hey, talking to Carol Lawson, Duke's head coach, before this game, the size matchup was a concern for Duke. How do you combat that, the size of South Carolina? I mean, it's across the board and coming off the bench. Chloe Kitts cutting to the rack and finishes the bucket. Here's the Duke starting 5. No changes here, but you see Reagan Richardson, their leading scorer, already on the bench picking up that first foul. Donovan gets it at the elbow. Thomas gets it at the elbow.
Yeah, Thomas having to play the 5 because of the lack of size.
And Jana Donovan with the nice bucket there. Duke up by 2. Bree Hall in the corner. That's a good sign for Bree Hall.
No slow start for the Gamecocks tonight.
That was a problem in their only loss of the season to UCLA. South Carolina found themselves trailing 15-2 in the blink of an eye.
Knocked down a perimeter shot early. That's huge for South Carolina.
Up and in with a chef's kiss. Where do you think her skills are right now when it comes to being a WNBA prospect?
I'm going to tell you, her number 1 skill is between her ears. Very smart, a cerebral point guard. And to add to that, I mean, she led the nation in 3-point shooting last year.
Fagan saves it, kicks back out to Tahina Paopao. Started her career at Oregon before coming to South Carolina last year. Raven Johnson in the corner. It rolls out. Chloe Kitts, offensive rebound. South Carolina is 6th in the nation in offense.
And Joyce Edwards coming in off the bench to do so as well.
Econowa misses the turnaround. 8-0 run for the Gamecocks. Johnson showing her physicality.
Yeah, only averaging about almost 4 points a game. Last year she was on that revenge tour because after Caitlin Clark waved her off, she worked on that offensive game.
They only went 38-0 and won a national championship.
It worked.
Nice move by Diana Mayer. In her second season with Duke after transferring in from Boston College. Johnson will take the 3 again. There it is. Let her shoot. Mayer trying to create space. High arcing 3. No.
I think South Carolina's biggest weapon, depth. Because Dawn Staley has gone to her bench and she's just added points on the floor. All of these 5 players here can make it happen.
Wave off the bucket, but Mylasia Full-Wiley. Maddie McDaniel to inbound. The freshman point guard. Ashlyn Watkins misses the shot, but Chloe Kitts is going to help her and get the basketball back. Kitts trying to work on Fournier over to Tessa Johnson. And South Carolina's going to drive it.
You asked me about Tessa Johnson. What does she bring to the floor? She is money. She is efficient with her scoring. Yes, she's a 3-point shooter, but if the defense comes at her, she's going to drive it.
Nothing like an overtime game in the SEC ACC Challenge. Notre Dame getting the win. We now bring you to Columbia, South Carolina. Courtney Lyle and Carolyn Peck with you.
Let the ball pop.
Yeah, because South Carolina definitely has a height advantage in this game. Maddie McDaniel inside to Toby Fournier, who's number 10 overall in this year's freshman class.
Now, I like this freshman for Duke.
Look at her battle underneath, too.
And talk about getting some ups. She's got a vertical.
Tessa Johnson going after Mayer again. This time she'll get herself to the free throw line.
Well, when you recruit in players like Tessa Johnson, who's at the free throw line now, man, wasn't she special in the Final Four?
I mean, Final Four all-tournament team.
Well, 19 points in that final championship game.
Dealt with a bit of an ankle injury earlier in the season, but back and obviously ready to go. It is a 21-5 run over the last 6.5 minutes. This is Vanessa De Jesus trying to set things up for Duke. They haven't scored in 2 minutes. Okanawa kicks to the corner to Janessa Cotton. And it's taken away. Important to note, Reagan Richardson, who is the leading scorer for Duke, is on the bench with a foul.
I love her personality. We watched her shoot around today. She was messing with every coach. She had something to say. And just, she plays with such joy.
Kara Lawson in her 5th season. This Duke team, we talked about the added offensive improvement. It's gotten them their highest AP ranking since 2014. They've already beaten 2 ranked opponents in K-State.
But that's a solid basketball team that's got great depth, but the defense, this full court pressure, and listen, Duke can get themselves back in the game with the pressure with still score action.
Pow pow. Bang bang. Gamecocks 4 for 5 from deep. Fournier in trouble under the basket. Okanawa up top to De Jesus. Largest deficit of the season for the Duke Blue Devils. Jesus with the jumper. And the Gamecocks can take the last shot of the quarter. They have hit their last 3 shots. Johnson in the corner. Trying to dump off to Ashlyn Watkins. And Toby Fournier shuts her down. And a little talking after that.
Change up your wardrobe. You can wear it on your hand. You can wear it around your neck. There's no... Look, I can understand the look on those players' faces when they open the box. You see that much bling.
Let's go.
That's nice.
South Carolina program had won 43 straight games until the loss to UCLA last week. Sanaya Fagan with the bucket. So a big problem for Duke in that first quarter was that their leading scorer, Reagan Richardson, picked up an early foul and had to take a seat. She is back on the floor, number 24 in blue. She's the AP National Player of the Week. That shot short from Richardson.
You said not played long. She did not play a complete minute. Only 58 seconds in that first quarter.
Facts. Johnson off to Fagan on the roll. Ashlyn Jackson, transition, got it. We're settling into the half court, however the game went.
Well, she feels confident in her team that they can play in the half court if need be.
Haley Van Lith, of course, transferring from LSU over to TCU. Duke only shooting 32% from the field. Meanwhile, South Carolina, 62%. High-low. Fagan to Chloe Kitts. Duke going fast. Jackson blocked by Fagan.
What has South Carolina been? A shot-blocking team. You had Camila Cardoso, Aaliyah Boston, who's here tonight, Sanaya Fagan. She's part of those swatters as well.
Yeah, already 3 blocks tonight for South Carolina. Turnover by Full-Wiley into the hands of Ashlyn Jackson. Mayer. Thomas. Full team effort for Duke.
Like Duke has not gone away. They will continue to play hard. I mean, that's what you're going to get from a Carol Austin team. And they know with good defense, they can get themselves right back into this game.
Defense has been the cornerstone of this program for Carol Austin and Duke. Chloe Kitts just having her way underneath the basket. 8.7 boards for Kitts. Wood, swish! There was a heated Uno battle between the two on the airplane on the way here.
Talking junk, but Coach Austin said it was respectful. Yes.
Trash talk, respectfully. Duke started 4 of 15, now 5 for 10 as they try to catch up to South Carolina. Jackson using the screen. Donovan hitting Delaney. Thomas cutting to the basket.
The defense has spread and given Duke room to work. But Duke had 12 points in the first quarter. They had 12 in the first 5 minutes of the second.
Bree Hall trying to drive it. De Jesus looking for something to open up. Reagan Richardson in the paint, gets blocked by Chloe Kitts. Inside to Joyce Edwards. Freshman to freshman. Looks pretty good. Joyce Edwards.
The maturity that number 8 in white has on the floor, opposed patience inside.
Started playing high school basketball as a 7th grader.
Well, and understand this, she's not just a post player, she can play the wing.
Tessa Johnson too much.
With the ability to make those kind of moves.
We've gotten to speak with her a couple of times, and Joyce very mature also. She said growing up there were no sports allowed unless she got good grades, so she works really hard in the classroom.
What'd she say she was? A nerd.
Yeah, a little nerd. A little nerd off the court. She wants to be an environmental lawyer. Oh my goodness! Maddie McDaniel just swiped that out of the air and go to the free throw line. Rolls out. Battle coverage begins at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Kentucky picking up their first loss of the season, actually against Clemson.
But can we go back to Maddie McDaniel?
Anytime you want.
Number 1 in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio.
Yes, she is.
That's a 7. She has a 7.
She's had 3 games without a turnover. Makanawa, no underneath, but they gave her a second chance, and she'll finish. That's her first bucket tonight. Pow feeding Edwards. Back to Pow. Right down Main Street.
But the pass from your post. That's impressive.
Yeah. Oh, the answer.
Bounce pass to Pow cutting to the basket.
By the way, those were the first points for Reagan Richardson of Duke. Joyce Edwards gets the roll. Ashton Watkins says, give me that basketball. Watkins all the way, the steal, the score. Pow the steal. Giving it up to the freshman, and she's fouled.
You saw it live.
I did.
I'm jealous.
Peck thought she was there. She was not. You throw down a lot of dunks at Vanderbilt?
No. I'm just not even going to.
You have nothing to say to that?
Yeah. My vertical was a credit card test. This is 6'3" right now. Picking up full court.
Joyce Edwards. Take a bow. Run. "15 seconds. Fagan now at the high post.
And I feel like Fagan, Watkins, Chloe Kitts, Joyce Edwards, quickness. They've got the athleticism. They've got the strength to play in the paint.
Mayer off the screen. Blocked by Ashlyn Watkins. 3.2 on the clock. Richardson. And she will be fouled by Tessa Johnson. Megan Richardson misses. 1 of 2. In South Carolina.
South Carolina's been able to get whatever they want. So you got to change things up a little bit.
30 paint points for South Carolina. They average 44 a game. It's time to see what adjustments Duke has made. Reagan Richardson thought about calling for it on the block, said no. Worked to get herself open, but turned over the basketball. It's 11 turnovers now for Duke.
This is the presence of Fagan inside. She helped 2 of her teammates through that whole defensive series.
Fagan back to Raven Johnson. Loses control, somehow finds Tahina Pow, and she crushes it. Double team Jackson. Chloe Kitts with the hard hedge. Back to her assignment.
Duke right now, everybody whose person doesn't have the ball, I have a foot in the paint. Because when South Carolina's allowed the ball to get right there, forget about it.
And Fagan just going over the top of the defense. Forcing a turnover, Chloe Kitts will finish the play. 10 points for Kitts.
You can hold yourself accountable.
Verbalizes that and then seeing it on the floor. That's what stood out to Dawn Staley. She enrolled early in 2023, joined the team in December. So last season, her first full season, Coach Molly Benetti, and she said the biggest thing was fueling her because Chloe Kitts, naturally a slender person, but she wants to battle in the paint. So adding weight was important.
Look, Kitts has the mental toughness. She wants to get in there and mix it up with the strongest ones.
Pow back to Kitts. Showing off that strength through contact, finishing.
That's just tough right there.
The rebound, the putback by Akanawa.
Got in the weight room or did their treadmill cardio workout in the morning.
Pretty cool tradition for South Carolina.
Do some bonding.
That's going to be a held ball possession. 100% of your donation going directly. Vanessa De Jesus at the free throw line. Fouled by Maddie McDaniel, her second. South Carolina okay to play fast if they're scoring, but also fine to slow it down and play in the half court. Jaden Donovan here. De Jesus covered up by Fulwiley. Pulls up for the jumper a bit too much, but the rebound, the putback in mid. 7-0 run for the Blue Devils. Maddie McDaniel. Oh, wow. Back the other way, though.
And then the experience that you have with Tessa Johnson and Malaysia Fulwiley, who went to a national championship.
Fournier held up down low.
And you've got Ashlyn Watkins and Joyce Edwards. They are 2 of the top 3 rebounders for South Carolina, and they don't start.
As a coach, what is the biggest benefit of having that production coming in off the bench?
If you get off to a slow start, you know what's coming.
Watkins just driving on Toby Fournier, the freshman. Right over her.
You know what it's like? It's like when you got a $10 bill in your purse, so you know that if you run out of money, you got something to go to.
I guess I should start carrying cash.
Poor Wiley needs something good to happen.
I'd say that's good. Right now, other games going on. Missouri up, Cal up, and Stanford up. South Carolina up here in Columbia by 20. Whoa!
Malaysia Full Wiley has had a tough first half, this second half. In the third quarter, she hit the bucket now to start the fourth with a defensive presence. Okay, number 12.
If Tom Mendoza wants her to try out for the South Carolina volleyball team, that was a pretty good kill. They're playing in the NCAA tournament. Running out of time, and the shot off by Ashlyn Jackson. Duke with a second opportunity. Jackson for three. There it is. On the other side, Carol Lawson told us before this game she wanted to see how do her players handle this environment? How do they handle if they're down? How do they handle if they have the lead?
She's looking at it as an opportunity for you to be revealed how good or what you need to work on.
Well, Dawn and Carol Lawson, their record, they were even. Matchup going head-to-head 5 for 5 in the WNBA.
That's Dawn Staley with the Houston Comets. She played for the Charlotte Sting. Those are the teams that I remember Dawn Staley with. Wanda Matt. How many turnovers? They have only 11 turnovers with a team that's bringing that full court pressure. Well, now that's up to 12.
There's Donovan. Kick to the corner to Mayer. Yes! Taina Mayer. 9-1 run for the Blue Devils. South Carolina's got 5 subs waiting at the table.
Duke try to get this into single digits.
Oh! That's going to be an offensive foul. Jackson the dump off to Donovan. A bank shot high off the window. Trying to end a 10-0 run. Kitts gets the first field goal for the Gamecocks here in the fourth quarter.
This SEC, ACC challenge. We were in Athens yesterday, and Virginia Tech was able to come back on the Bulldogs.
Fagan had the ball taken out of her hands by Mayer. Okonowa through the lane and short.
Not so easy for South Carolina to get those paint opportunities in this fourth quarter.
Man.
Duke's keeping themselves alive by crashing the glass.
Mayer.
Duke has gotten on the glass. 5 offensive rebounds. That's led to 6 second chance points.
South Carolina has led by as many as 25 today. Up 10 here, approaching the 4-minute mark. Man, Chloe Kitts.
We talked about the work in the weight room when we were in Clemson.
Kitts got herself a steal. Needs some help. Tessa Johnson will come get the basketball. That's 18 turnovers now by Duke.
Now, South Carolina just needs to be patient. I think she got away with the travel.
Thomas, the steal and score. Yeah, Ariana Robertson, one of their freshmen, got hurt playing with USA Basketball this summer, so she's out for the season.
That's a rebound by Fagan.
And that foul's going to be against Jaden Donovan. They are finding a lane in the paint, and she'll bank it in.
Yeah, Duke not settling for just 3-pointers, but just getting quick strikes as soon as possible, and then trying to put together back-to-back stops.
The toss inside to Chloe Kitts. Free throws. Getting to play with Caitlin Clark now in the WNBA. The Indiana Fever.
They do. Stephanie White. Won the second national championship for Dawn Staley.
Really nice ball movement for Duke. Back to 10-point lead for South Carolina.
Kara Lawson, I think, over pointing out things like that last play, or things they could have done all along. Get the ball in the middle of the floor and high-low action.
There with the takeaway, South Carolina trapping. Okonowa swatted by Sanaya Fagan. No, ma'am.
Such a huge presence inside for South Carolina. Like I said, she has been the police of the paint for the Gamecocks.
Mayer skipping across the court to Wood. Kitts coming down with the board. Up to 11 rebounds now for Chloe Kitts. She's tied her career high with 21 points.
Dawn wants to use the clock right now. You don't want to get up and down, because Duke has shown they can be dangerous. They get a few steals, make this interesting.
I mean, they're only down by 10 points. There's still a lot of time left.
Right now,
16 down 10.
Yeah, you try to lengthen the game as much as possible. Kara Lawson could use them to advance, try to draw up and get a three.
Well, she can't advance yet. It's not under a minute. Mayer's going to try to score quickly, throws up a wild shot.
So they got to screen while the ball's out of bounds and get an open look and knock it down.
Duke still has all timeouts. Ashlyn Jackson trying to shake off Chloe Kitts, who is all over her, and Raven Johnson fighting for the rebound on the ground, calls timeout. And South Carolina's just going to get to eat up the clock here. Tahina Paopao short on the three.
Now, so what South Carolina doesn't want to do is foul Duke in the act of shooting.
Like that.
It's one of the things Kara Lawson really liked about her. She's a player who can score, but she brings great energy.
9 points, 5 rebounds in the second half for Okonowa. And the crowd wanted Chick-fil-A if she had missed both of those. The Gamecocks are really good at home. 62 straight home wins for South Carolina. They pick up their third ranked win of the season, 81-70 over Duke.